What is going on, everybody? NGM here, and I have a very special and new type of video for you guys here today. Today we are back in Minecraft, and I have picked up myself the replay mod, and I wanted to give it a shot and see how it worked. And because I've been seeing a lot of videos recently of other Minecraft YouTubers who use the replay mod, and just seeing like how you can have a separate camera moving around your build while you're building and have it time lapse for you. So this is pretty much just a build that I'm building, testing it out, seeing how the mod worked, and surprisingly I had a lot of fun playing around with this mod. And if you guys cannot tell already, I swear I do not have a problem. I will be building, again, the Haunted Mansion, the Disneyland version, and it's going to be just the facade. And as you can see here, I am currently outlining this is how I begin all of my builds, especially when I was building my park and a few projects I've picked up on in MCA in Disneyland itself. You always outline before you begin. So here you can see the overall outline for the house itself, the porch, and all the little ironworks on the porch and the windows and doors. You can see right there with the bricks, the chimneys, and the little top area. And here you can see me laying out all the types of blocks, materials that I will be using throughout this build, and I will be experimenting with a few new others, because to tell you the truth, I haven't really played on 1.16 yet, so I've never really got to play around with all the new blocks, so definitely got to do that today. And you can see me here laying down the base frame for the porch. The nice simple little design here, just a simple back and forth between slab and stairs, and then me filling in the rest of the ground porch with brick. And here I begin building up the main 4 columns out front, and now we begin the little experimentation with the green ironwork that you see on the porch. And even though the new wood colors is a little bit more turquoise than green, I'd say it's the best thing we have so far when it comes to making the actual green ironwork there on the porch. But you can see I kind of finished off. I used the ironwork to kind of figure out how tall each floor will be. Then, as you'll see pretty soon as I begin to copy what I just did on the other side over here, I begin to establish a overall design for the ironwork itself. Now, I apologize if I can't point out exactly what block I'm using. It's been a while since I've played Minecraft. So, but yeah, you can see here's a little bit of me experimenting. This is a little bit on the iffy side because the wooden fence is it's weird because the wood fence is too thin, but the actual like stone walls are actually like thick enough for the scale of this size. But we don't really have one that's pure green. So you got to improvise with what you got. So instead of using the wood, I used the mossy cobblestone, which is, I mean, at least from a distance, it might bother some of you as personal preference, but it's the best that I could come up with. But yeah, now you can see me chiseling away at the brick and adding in some andesite in there. At least I think it's andesite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's andesite. To break up the brick to give it some texture so it's not all flat brick. And this pretty much finishes up the ground floor porch, and now I am beginning to build up the walls and try to figure out how I'm going to do the windows. Now you can see me experimenting here a little bit. You can see me trying to put in those green window shields, but in the end I decided not to put in the green window shields. They just didn't work. you'll see a little bit later, pretty soon actually, I redesigned those little quartz stairs up there. Yeah, right there I put them all upside down. We begin the front door. Following the same basic outline, trying to get that window aspect in there. And then using some more walls and fences to kind of break it up, to break up the flat wall, brings some stuff popping out. And I do have World Edit installed for this version, but for some reason it didn't work. And I wanted to record this right away and get a video out here for you guys, because it has been a while. So I just decided, you know what, I've built this house many times, a lot of it, even though could have gone a lot quicker just copying and pasting, didn't really bother me that much, because to be quite honest, I'm kind of used to building without World Edit. Even though it may take a while, and you see me building a lot of the same stuff, like you'll see me here in a second building the exact same windows over and over and over again. I'll get World Edit working soon if I can figure out how to fix it, but as for this particular video, I am not using World Edit. And another thing I'd like to point out is I'm kind of just doing the same thing over and over again. That I just killed a cow. I am kind of known for not having scripted audio. A lot of the commentary that you guys hear in my videos of present and past are mostly just me going off on a whim. So you guys hear me stutter throughout this window and trying to collect my thoughts is because this commentary is not scripted. I am just explaining and talking as the video plays for you. Alright, so this pretty much completes the ground floor, and now I begin to try to memorize exactly what sort of materials I used for each section, and I begin to copy and paste block for block what I had already built in the bottom and duplicate that on the top to create the second floor. Alright, and you can see me down here building that little thing that sticks out there. It's kind of like a back door for cast members. You can really only see it unless if the queue line. That was my phone. Anyway, as I was saying before my phone cut me off there, you can't really see that little sticking out portion, like back door sort of thing, unless if you're like right back there in the queue line. So now you can see me here just duplicating the ironwork I did on the floor below. And I'd like to point out the brown carpet that I placed down on the second floor balcony. I decided to do that just to kind of break it up a little bit, because you have the ground floor, you can see it's brick textured. So that brown carpet is to kind of differentiate each floor, so it's not just duplicate one for one, just brick bottom, brick second. It's to give it a little bit of variation. You can see me adding more andesite texturing in there. And now we begin the little roof overhang here. And I'd like to point out again, I do not have all the architectural terminology memorized. So a lot of the things I'm going to be saying are going to be half-assed and just first thing that comes to my head. So now I'm finishing up and detailing the front columns, adding in a bunch of signs and buttons. And even though they're not white, I decided to add the anvils in there just to break up the straightness that you get from just piling blocks on top of each other. And then right there, I just finished off the roof of the overhang, and I'm starting to get the base outline for the third floor. So you can see me here adding in one of the smaller windows up top. It's kind of just a duplicate, as always, of all the other windows, but I believe it's a block lower than what would be in the ground and first floor. Now you can see me in the back starting to place the roof, and I kind of did the roof and this second overhang at the same time just to be sure that they all flowed together. And I decided to go with that green roof because if you look on Google Maps and or Google Earth, you will see that the main roof for the balcony areas are green, as well as the main roof as well. And as far as green slabs go, that's kind of the best one we have. Now as we're getting on to the roof, I begin to put in the iron railing on top. I tested it out before, if you saw before, doing it a block back, but looking back on it, like zoomed up and looking back at the house, you could hardly see it, so I decided to bring up the iron fencing to the first block. Then you just saw me filling in the roof and adding in the chimneys, and now the most fun part of building this mansion is this thing. Yes, this thing is always a pain. I decided to experiment a little bit, go out of my usual tendencies. That's kind of what I did for this entire house. This is probably the most different version of this mansion that I've ever built compared to all the others that I've built. And yeah, so right now I'm pretty much just blacking out the windows with some black wool on the inside. The exterior for the most part is complete. Even though you didn't see me, I did add a bunch of lanterns in there. You can kind of see the light hitting the walls. But yeah, this pretty much concludes this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this where I use more of the replay mod. And of course, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.